everybody, welcome back to Evil Ted Live here on twitch.tv/EvilTedSmith. In today's episode, I went out and bought a rubber sword. Now, again, I'll leave a link for this below where you can get one of these. But if you go to most conventions, you'll see these everywhere. Most booths in the vendor area, they'll be selling these rubber swords. And I like this one. This is pretty cool. So I thought, why make it when I could just buy it? And again, I bought it, and I realized when I'm buying it, I want to make it a little bit better. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the hilt and do a little bit of a paint job. I like everything from here up, but I want to change everything from this back there. So that's what we're going to do today. So if you guys are ready, let's get started. Well, right out of the gate, this is it. I went in with a sharp knife. You guys can see I already made a cut. I'm going to go ahead and remove this. Now, again, nothing's wrong with this, but to me, this is kind of like, doesn't look like much of anything. So I definitely want to make a new hilt. And I made a poster board template of the hilt that I want to make. Again, I folded this into 3 sections. And went this way and this way. Well, let's take that back. That's not 3, that's 2. So I got this way and this way. And I drew out on here the cuts I want to make. And the cool thing about this is once you draw one side, you can reproduce this and make this symmetrical. So that's what we're going to do right now. I'm going to go and take this like so, with my X-ACTO blade. Alright. There it is. That is our new hilt. The foam we'll be using, we have some black EVA foam. This is 8mm thick, which I think is the perfect thickness for this. And voila. Now I'm gonna go ahead and cut this out with an X-ACTO blade, but let me get a new blade for this. Again, X-ACTO blades, it's best to buy them in bulk. There we go. Before we cut this out in detail, I have a piece of brass tubing. It's about the diameter of this detail, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut these out first. Line it up, and it'll be a nice clean circle. So let's do that. Yeah, there you go. That's what I want to do. Now for that, we're going to go in with my X-ACTO blade and we're going to cut the inside out. We'll get this cut up. I want to think about, we're going to put some detail into this. I had some ideas. I'm going to take it and soften the outside edges, and at the same time, I'm going to go back in and follow the Sharpie lines at an angle and dig in to make a recess. And so I want to try to create this edge and do like a round piping. So I got my bit. For all you people out there, I went out and bought myself a container, simple little container right here, and I put a chunk of EVA white foam in there and did a crisscross pattern, and wherever the crisscross was, took an X-ACTO blade, poked a hole in it, and so now it's a perfect Dremel storage case. So if you guys, definitely is a great way to store your bits, so that when you're digging through a drawer, you flip the lid open, you can see exactly what you're looking for. Boop, perfect. All right. Before grinding, get that mask on. Let's do a test fit. So my plan would be, let's go ahead and cut this right here on the side, because it'd be the easiest part to glue back together. Like this, cut straight, like that. Nice clean cut. We're going to slide this under the hilt. Because I don't know if you guys can see this. It's a little bit of slop on it. So what I would do is I would go all the way to the back like this and take. All right, here we go. We got some 4mm foam. My plan. We definitely know the inside diameter. All right, I got this nice little oval template. This oh, look at this! Oh my God, that's almost perfect. Before I cut the centerpiece out, this is structurally sound. I like this. So let's take the Dremel. I always find it's easier to Dremel the edges before you cut it out, because if you cut the center out, it's going to be really kind of unstable and kind of floppy and hard to get an edge on. So before you cut the center out of anything you're doing detail with, make sure you soften the edges, if you want to. Soften the edges first before cutting anything else out. Okay, let's go ahead and cut it right at the same spot. Slide on again. Look at that, perfect. Then we got this, and we know this fits. I want to add some more detail to this. Got my wood burner plugged in, let that heat up. On the outside edge, I want to do a little bit of a ribbing on it. I'm gonna put my fan on so I don't choke on toxic fumes. Very carefully follow my my markings. Next step is I'm going to put some kind of adhesive on the joints, get it together, and then before I put it back together, I'm going to attach it to the sword. Both sides, really good. And now we hold this over the sword like so. Line it up. And to speed this up a little bit, I'm going to get my hair dryer. This is nice and dry. This is the part where it really matters. You line everything up. Make sure you get a good contact. Press it. Bang. There we go. Okay, what the next step is we're going to do, we want to seal this. Now again, you can seal this with whatever you like, Mod Podge or plastic dip, but I have a creature cast. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to protect the rest of this wrapping saran wrap tape. It's great for packing and shipping. You can get this at most hardware stores, Home Depot, and if not, I will leave links for this below the video. I got my creature cast. Now on the creature cast, this is my semi-rigid. Creature cast is non-toxic. It really grabs into the foam really well and also grabs under your skin, so you have to scrub it when you wash it. So when I work with creature cast, like I do with most things, I like to put on a pair of gloves. Boop, that's it. That's all I need right there. Get a disposable chip brush and brush it on. Take a look at it. Double check. Looks good. Nice and covered. What we're going to do is going to set this aside and let this dry. Right, there it is. Some time has passed. Again, this was a creature cast. I went ahead and went back with the I kept the plastic wrap on, and I went in and sprayed it with Montana Gold. Now this Montana Gold is a great spray paint. It's a little bit expensive, but it's worth the purchase. Great stuff. I painted this yesterday, the reason so I could have time for it to dry. So now that it's completely dry, let's go ahead and unmask it. What we're gonna do today is I'm gonna do a little bit of aging oil paints. And I've got my burnt umber and some black and a little bit of burnt sienna. Let's just do crannies first. I come out with my brush, my dry brush, get a little bit of fade on it. Because I like the shininess of this paint, but I want it to kind of like peek through, and then we'll age it and then wipe the excess off. Come with a Q-tip. Now, in between here, on the original Samurai, so this was shark skin, and shark skin has a little bit of a texture to it. They're painted white. You can kind of see them, but you really can't see them that well. So I'm taking advantage of those, and let's take some oil, just brush in here. See, that looks so much better. So now, granted, I can probably try to go in and rub most of this off, but I'm going to think about making up some white paint and just go back and just do a little bit of highlight with the dry brush with some Tamiya white, and just do a little touch up. I want some of those guys to pop a little bit brighter. Ta-da, there it is, guys. A pre-existing sword I bought at a convention, modified to make it a little better. Again, with modifying the same technique I use for making the Nerf guns or toy guns. I bought the rubber prop sword at a convention, and I thought I want to modify it. I guess definitely, if you guys want to do this, I'll have links for this below and the supplies. Definitely click on it, like it. If it's your first time watching my videos, Don't forget to subscribe. This video is from my live streams I do every Mondays and Tuesdays from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time here on twitch.tv/EvilTedSmith. If you guys like what I'm doing, not only do you have to subscribe, you can shop through my Amazon link. It doesn't have to be cosplay stuff. You just shop for anything. Go to my website, eviltedsmith.com. Click on that banner, Amazon. If you do any shopping, I get kickback, which helps me keep making videos. And even better, if you're a newbie, go to my store. I have numerous patterns. I try to keep my patterns really basic for cosplay, so you can get numerous patterns, download those, buy those. It helps as well. Everybody, thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you back next time right here on Evil Ted Live.